Hey guys, what's happening? Hey Miss Debbie, how you doing? How are you doing? Hope everybody's doing well. Not sure if I have a whole lot of people here or not. I mean, we got it here now, about 19, 20. We're gonna let you guys filter in just for a second, and then I'm gonna get going. Hey Rock, thank you, bud. Hey Mike, guys, please share the stream real quick. I'm going to, yeah, there is yeah, we had a big quake off of Mexico just a few minutes ago, and I really want to go on to some things here because this is I've seen something interesting I didn't expect to see. And again, guys, I'm not the earthquake guy, right? But that's what, and there is a tsunami threat currently. Now that doesn't always pan out, okay? But this is a big quake, so I'm gonna like update that real quick. Hey Dan, hey Flamin', good to see you guys. So if I click on the blue box there, yes, there's still a tsunami threat, and I think it was 1 to 3 meters is what they're saying here, which isn't huge, but it, you know, it just is what it is. Hey Jerry, good to see you. Also Ron did an update too. Once again, I seen the quake info there on his before I came here, but I was coming here anyway because the sun erupted in the southern hemisphere, like in 3 different places at almost the exact same time. It was like a chain reaction, and I'll get into that here in just a minute. We've been noticing stuff like that before, and a few years back that happened, and it was like in like 12 different locations at once. So there is something to say for that. There is some science behind it. It does happen. I've actually talked about it before and shown you guys how you have one eruption, you could actually follow the plasma and the disruption all the way across the sun, and it would make something else erupt. It would destabilize it. But yeah, guys. But guys, please go check out Ron's stream too. Ron over at Emergency Management Associates. Ron Tyler. He did an update. It's like a 13-minute video, but this is kind of odd. And again, I tell you what I'm going to do here. I'll come back to this in just a second because I want to show you guys. We'll go ahead and I'll show you the sun doing what it's doing. Right now, hey Leisure, what's up, bud? So hope you're feeling well, man. So the sun erupted here, here, and here, like simultaneously. And you're going to notice other eruptions too, but watch what happens here. So let me just slow this down a little bit so you guys get a better view of it. It's going to erupt here first. You're going to see other flashes, other flares happening. But there's an eruption. You see that erupt over there? Okay, it's going to just like boom, 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 boom. And it just really was. You see all that? Now that's in slow motion, right? Now if I take that back and I speed it up, you'll be able to see. Did you see that? You can actually see it better. If you just kind of look at the whole southern hemisphere of the sun at once, you'll see it all erupt at the same time. Right? See that? Yeah, here, and here. Okay? Now, again, there is science behind that. We have to understand we're talking about magnetics here, basically. And it's all connected. These things, the plasma travels on magnetic connection lines anyway, but the whole sun, right? You know, there's magnetic fields here, and they act kind of like mountains. It's kind of mountainous in shape. It's really odd. You see these channels is what I'm going to call them. And there's basically their connection lines all the way through the sun. And it's the magnetic field of the sun and the shape of it. So, and it changes. Obviously it doesn't stay the same because it's not a rock. It's, you know, it's not a solid rock body planetoid like the Earth is, right? It is definitely a big ball of plasma in a nuclear fusion type of situation that we're not going to sit here and get into. But you can definitely see, now watch it, it's going to do it again. Okay, I'm just going to show it to you again. See that? It happened right there. I'll just keep showing it to you Oh, are you guys seeing that? I mean, you guys seeing what I'm showing? And again, there's other eruptions also happening. So let me know if you guys can see that. Slow it down one notch. There it went. Okay. Boom. So, yeah, on the right time. All right. So yes. Okay. I just want to make sure you guys can see it because I want you guys to notice that. Now, I noticed this multiple times, right? And I didn't know if there was any science behind it or anything, but there is. And I found the science over here at spaceweather.com. So, and they're talking, I'd already seen this, and I was just going to show you the eruptions and not even talk about the, you know, how they, I would probably say, hey, these all happen basically at the same time, and I would move on. But there's science behind this now that I didn't know was there. So thank you, spaceweather.com. You can go over here and you can look. And, you know, researchers studying the event realized that the blasts were a chain reaction connected by wide-ranging faults in the sun's global magnetic field. Okay? Now, I know you hear that word fault, obviously you're going to think earthquakes, right? But the magnetic field instead of has the fault lines instead of the crust of the earth. Now, I would assume that these things are constantly changing. I don't see how they could stay completely the same all the time. I guess I could you could click on the link here because he does provide links, which is awesome. You can see what this is. The boundary between domains with distinct dynamical behavior in a dynamical system, right? So yeah, I just threw a whole bunch of word salad. This is a great way to show people why I don't talk like this. People get on me for not using these bigger words, and this is why. If I was just to come out here, I understand what this says, right? And I probably will never forget this word, and I could use it in my vocabulary if I wanted to. I choose not to because nobody's going to know what I'm talking about. Okay? So, those out there that are doing that, climb up off your high horse and say things in a normal fashion so more people understand what you're saying. You're doing really good work sometimes, guys out there using these big words, a lot of times. But just don't use these words that nobody understands. Okay? You're just not you're not helping the cause at all. And I know it makes you sound like you're smart, and I'm not saying that in a negative way. But basically a lot of times people think this lends credibility to what they're saying when they use words like this. Yeah, that might be the case among people that already know what the word means. Okay? You hear what I said? People that already know what the word means, that might bring you a little higher on the pole in their way of thinking. But it's not doing nothing for the general population, I promise you. So understand that. And I know I get fired up about that, guys. It irritates me. People come in here and say, well, you know, such and such over here said this and said that, and they use this big, huge word. And, you know, I just hand them some salad tongs and start to say, hey, there you go. Flip up that word salad some more. Throw some dressing on there, and let's roll out, you know. What you like? You like Italian, blue cheese? What you want on your salad? You see what I'm getting at? It's ridiculous. But anyway, end of rant. Or like an actor says, end scene. Anyway, but the sun did, guys, okay? It erupted all at one time on the southern hemisphere. And I say all at one time. It really started in one place and kind of rolled through. If you slow this down, you'll see it. Okay? So, now, obviously, you guys are probably asking, is any of that stuff coming at us? Well, there's a possibility. It's not 100%. But we'll go back and look at these eruptions. Okay, that one there was a fairly sizable one that popped off here. Okay, right there, that one. But it looks to be either sailing south of Earth and probably even over more west of Earth also. And I'll show you why I think that here in just a second. Now, this is today, and again, Same, you know, these are the same spots erupting, but these are different eruptions. And again, once again, because of their locations, most of this stuff is probably going to miss us. There's a chance that we could take a glancing blow, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, hey guys, give me 1 second here. Yeah, my daughter just got home from school. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna stay here on the computer with you, but I might go quiet here for just a second. But sorry guys. I'll leave that showing there though. I tell you what, let's go over here while I gotta take care of this. I'll let you guys see this earthquake. Okay, it's a 7.6. It's off the coast of Mexico and it's substantial. Look guys, people are going to pass away from this. Okay, there's no doubt about it. Look at this. You almost got a 0% chance of nobody passing away. This is not good. Okay, again, this is another big earthquake in the 7 that we just have to, you know, look at again. It makes me sick. I hate this. I really do. I don't like reporting on these things, and I said it before. I'll say it every time. And this is the reason why. I hate it. Now, okay, so now you get the shake map here. Well, it's kind of a shake map. I guess it is, really. But it circles out. You see this, right? And you can see the population. That's saying that 1,350,000 people felt at least light shaking from this. That's 13,000 K is what that means. You got to add 3 zeros to that. Okay? Or 2. Whatever that amounts to. Yeah, it'd be 2. 2 zeros. My bad. But, yeah. Moderate. Look at that. That's like, yeah, that's like almost 200,000 people. And then you got 750,000 people. So just a lot of people here, guys. Okay, that are being affected by this. Happened right here. So this is not a good thing that we want to see. And this just happened not too long ago. Let's back it up and see when this did happen. Exact time. Now they're saying it was at 15.1 kilometers. That is not a default setting like we see the 10 kilometers. This right here is probably why. Yeah, this right here is probably why. Yeah, just a second, guys. Sorry. Wow. Tommy, if you're in my chat, man, wow, I just seen that. Whoa, that's cool. Yeah, my partner Tommy over on the lifeboat just sent me a picture from Reno. They're putting Narcan in the first aid kits and stuff. Looks like. That's cool. That's awesome. If that's the case, looks like he showed me a picture of it. Definitely is the case. That's awesome. Anyway, so, yeah. So, let's go over here. This is the tsunamis, right? This is tsunami alert here. Again, they're saying let's update that just to be safe. Just so we're sure. Yeah, they're not yanking the tsunami threat down. So, a lot of times they'll pull it down shortly after it happens. And, yeah, they're not yanking this one down. So there might be some issues happening with this. And it wouldn't be a gigantic one from what they're saying. 1 to 3 meters. Again, you're looking at, what would that be? Well, it's like a yardstick, like 3 feet close to it on the high end. Okay. I think. Let's see. Yeah. I would. Yeah. That's it. I don't know why I couldn't wrap my brain around that. Hey, Raymond, how you doing? Okay, so now what I found that was interesting is this. Okay, actually, before I show you guys that, let's take you guys to over here. there are no flares happening really per se. They're flashing little ones, but nothing like extremely big. And we've also got this coronal hole, guys. Okay, that coronal hole, we're probably connected to it now. We're going to be getting increased solar wind from it. Not to mention, if we catch any kind of glancing blows from these eruptions, this is most likely going to put us into geomagnetic storm levels, because we're already having an uptick of solar wind, okay, from other coronal holes and like probably glancing blows of small CMEs. But yeah, so that's the case. Anyway, let's go over here to the buoys, and this is the National Buoy Data Center over at NOAA, and this is where things got a little weird for me, okay, because I'm not trying to say or insinuate anything here, because I just don't know earthquakes and stuff enough. But, you got a hurricane here. It did not cause this to go into vent mode. This thing was not in event mode until the earthquake happened. The earthquake was right over here. Okay? I have not seen these go into event mode, anything else around it thus far. I'll tell you what, let me just update it just to make sure. Yeah. Okay? But I want to show you guys something that's really, really interesting. Now, we're going to click on this just so you see the time frame. All right, so I'm going to go into event details here, and that's where it happened, right? 9:19 at that time, 18 GMT, right? And these are 15, let's see here, that's 15-second intervals. The blue line would be 15 minutes. So anyway, that's the time frame we're looking at. Just after 18, basically, it's that GMT is basically almost the same as UTC. Okay, it's like it's Greenwich Mean Time. I think that's what it is, what that stands for. But anyway, that's when that happened, right? This is the one off the coast of Mexico, over here on the Pacific Ocean. But check this out. Let me show you. Why do we have a buoy over here on the East Coast in event mode 2? Okay, we got one here and we got one here. So I clicked on this one thinking, man, this had to happen outside of that time frame. Guys, it wasn't too much after that one. After the first one I showed you guys. This one. Down here. Okay? So, let's see here. That one's showing that one. That one's showing that. Okay. Here it is. Okay. So, where's this one at? Sorry, guys. So there you got that. Okay, I don't know what to say about this. You got two. That's the time it happened here at 18. And then if we go here, they happened almost at the same time, is what I'm trying to say. Okay? I just want to make sure I got on both two separate buoys here. That's Fire Island. And yep, these are. So they happened almost at the same time. So what when that happens, I just can't wrap my brain around that not being related to each other. Okay? So again, I'm not the earthquake guy, guys, but I can notice stuff that doesn't seem right. You know what I mean? Or doesn't seem like that should be happening in that fashion, to the point where it's not related to one another. So just understand that. Now, it's not a big deal, okay? I just wanted to show that to you because it was so interesting that, you got two buoys that far apart from each other. Okay? Now, that might lead to, people to look at that, that could show people that when these big rocking things happen, 7.6 earthquakes and stuff like that, that energy doesn't just stay there. It propagates out. Not just in the water, okay? It propagates through the earth, right? And typically you'll see it, it'll reverb back. You can go over to, I think Dutch Sense has a video out where you can see like these harmonic waves happening, and they start happening at the same time. It's a really cool video, but it's a really good way to show that this stuff does reverb through everything, okay? So it makes you, I don't know, things that make you go, huh, you know what I mean? So I just don't even, yeah. 205, yeah, thanks, John. Yeah, it's a strong shake, that's for sure. That is for sure, virtually. But yeah, guys, so, I mean, that's what's happening right now. There is not a whole lot more for me to show you, okay? What I'll do here is, I'll play this for you a couple more times. But guys, if you guys have any clue on those buoys, if I'm thinking the wrong way here, somebody let me know, okay? I just don't understand that how they cannot be related. And again, it's not going to like make anything better or worse if I know that. It's just going to allow me to understand that, hey, yeah, those were related, okay, and this is kind of how. I just would be like, I would like to be able to tell people why. And at this point, I can't tell you why, and I hate that. So if anybody has any knowledge on why that is actually happening, I don't know that I think I've seen other people report on similar things before. But the fact that actually happened, man, I tell you, it's just all kinds of odd. So let's update this and see where we're at now. And so what we'll do, again, and that's the other thing, guys, there is no quake over here. Okay? So why would that buoy be in event mode? And the only thing I started thinking about was maybe hurricane, right? So I come over here, and the closest hurricane's down here. I'm not saying it can't send waves this way, but there's a bunch of buoys between it and that one. Okay? You would think these would go off too. Do you see what I'm saying here? So, please, guys, I mean, if you guys understand why or how this is like that way, yeah. They both go into event mode very close to the same time, and it just, yeah. Yeah, Susan, already, I told everybody about that. Thank you for saying that again. Yeah, Ron did a video earlier, about a 13-minute one. He popped on and let everybody know what was up. So that's cool. But, so, that is what's going on with the earthquakes. Now, again, guys, the sun's going to keep erupting. And I want you guys to understand that this is something odd too. Okay? It's not odd. It's just something we don't see very much of. So if you guys want to know more about why this happens with the magnetic field of the sun, they're calling it like a fault line between in the magnetics, basically, of the sun. The magnetic field of the sun. All three of these erupted at the same time. Now, those were sunspots, okay? But there was an event. Let me go back to spaceweather.com here. Where you at? Did I close you out? I might have closed that one out. Looks like I did. All right, let me open it back up. Hold on a second. Okay, so, and also this sunspot over here is AR 3089. That one was very active, and once again, it rotated past us and then started firing, but it's made its way back around, and it's still big. So, we're going to have to keep an eye on that. But if you guys want to know more about why this happens, come over here and read his article, okay? And you can go into the event he was talking about, okay? Because it was, let's see here, what did he say? It was CME spanning 180 degrees. Okay, yeah, okay. The CME left the sun following the triple explosion. That's what I just showed you guys. Let's see here. Okay, so you can click on this link here, and it takes you to a NASA link here, and they're talking about this event back on, I guess, August 1st. What year was it? 2010, I think. Don't quote me on that. But you guys can come over here and watch this video. All right. And it was like 12 different eruptions at once. So, you know, when that's happening, yeah, I mean, there's no doubt about it that they're related somehow. So anyway, guys, that is what you should probably do to check this out, you know. So guys, there is still a tsunami threat, okay? And you know, is it big? 1 to 3 meters. Okay, could this thing be wrong? Possibly. I haven't seen any more buoys going into event mode, and that's what we would expect to see if we were going to continue to see those things, right? So, but yeah, let's do this real quick, okay? I forgot to do this. Oh, goodness, guys. It's been one of those days, and I'm sorry that this was kind of a little all over the place, but not all the way. So, anyway, guys, I'm going to be over here live streaming at 8 o'clock with Tommy. Guys, please come over here and check us out. Here is if you've ever watched any of these videos or come over to our live stream over here, this is the one to come see. Okay? This woman lost her son to an overdose 2 years ago. She was in in a recovery phase of alcoholism. Okay? So, and then all that happened, and now she's a counselor. And she says some very powerful things over here. She's my personal counselor. I go to a place called Groups Recover. And I've been sober for 11 years now. And, you know, if you knew my wife and my family, you wouldn't even have to ask me why. My support system's really great. But a lot of people don't have that support system. That's what me and Tommy are doing over here. We're trying to provide something like that. And this is an interview we did with Cindy. Okay, this is Captain Tommy. So please come over here and check us out. We're going to be live tonight at 8 o'clock. And guys, go watch this interview. I mean, there wasn't a dry eye in the house. She shows a picture of her son at 11 years old and literally says, if I'd have known this would have been the middle of his life, you know, I might have done things a little different. That was midlife for her son. And she was showing the picture of him at 11 years old. And, you know, it is just, wow. It was so powerful. And it takes a brave person to be able to come out and say that and to talk about those things. So please come over here and check us out. You know, come over and watch this video here. If you guys know anybody that's in addiction, we can help people with that. It's a live call-in show also. If you have questions, you can come call in live. But if you guys really want anything on that, please come over here and do that. If you yourself need help, we don't judge. People are in there all the time, drunk and high. We don't kick you out. Okay, we want you there. We want to try to help. Nobody is going to judge you. It's all about love. That's where we're at. Love, non-judgment. You know, you got to provide people that are in addiction a safe place to come so they can see what you're trying to do to help them. Okay? That window is really small. Okay? It only opens up for a very small amount of time. And we got to be there and ready for that when they're ready for it. Right? So that's why we don't kick people out of the chat for being, you know, whatever. Drunk, high, whatever they're doing. So we don't judge over there. So please come over here and check us out. But again, guys, so back to this real quick. 7.6 earthquake. Tsunami threat is still active. I just checked it. Whether or not that is, you know, again, it doesn't look like it's any kind of humongous one. But there are people that are going to pass away from this. Okay? Actually, I'm going to just get that off of there. If you guys want to know, come over here to USGS, hit the yellow pager button. This will give you the percentages of what they think is going to happen. There's a 40% chance 10 to 100 people are going to lose their lives from this. Okay? Hey, Christine, good to see you, girl. This is millions of dollars in loss, destruction, economic loss. So this is the biggest one we've had in a while. Okay? So just understand that, and I really hope that you do. Honestly, I really hope that you do. So it is, yeah. Hey, Renee, hey, good to see you. I ain't seen you in a minute. How are you? Okay, so one more rundown. Tsunami threat still active, a 7.6 Quake. And we got 2 buoys in event mode that are, let's do this, that are that far away from each other across the coast. 2 different oceans, guys. I mean, come on. You can't make this stuff up. It just, wow, that's all I can say. So, guys, please come check this out. And, pay attention to this and pray for these people if that's what you do. Send them love, light, to send them good thoughts if that's what you do. I'm sure they will take everything that they can get on that end of it. Also, I'm going to mention this too. Hurricanes are starting to crank up, right? And so let me go back here to the buoy center real quick because it's a good way to show you. Hurricane here, hurricane here. There was a hurricane over here too. It's not showing it right now. Guys, a couple of years ago, we had flares and CMEs hit right on top of hurricanes. And when they did, it was almost an immediate intensification of the hurricane. That is a real thing. So that, hurricanes are a good way to show people space weather affects our direct weather. It happened here in the Gulf. Okay? I can't remember the exact dates, but I think it was 2 years ago when that happened. But it happened last year too, on at least one hurricane. So when these flares and stuff are hitting us and CMEs, it's adding stuff to our atmosphere at a basic level is what I'm talking about. Okay? At a basic level, these things are, it's affecting us all the way down to the surface, and especially this kind of stuff. I mean, it was almost, it was so obvious that that's what happened with the intensification of the earthquake, of the hurricane, that it was undeniable. And it happened twice. So please, And again, guys, here is that link to the lifeboat. I will be going live over there too tonight, 8 o'clock. Again, it's a live call-in show. We talk about a topic. Anybody wants to call in, fight addiction, anybody that is, or if you just want to learn, please come over there and check it out. It's a complete epidemic, and we know that, and we are making headway, I promise you. My partner Tommy, he was a heroin addict for over 30 years. He's been clean now for quite some time. He went to federal prison for, almost 7 years, and for robbing banks because of his addiction. Okay? So anyway, that's what's popping. We got that going on, and the sun is just rocking away right now. Here's that. You guys can see that. And anything else that happens, guys, I'll be back on to show you. God bless. Thanks for checking me out. Yahusha saves. And yeah.